Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl and welcome to Los Angeles. It's boiling today. It feels like 90 degrees. I'm really hot, but today we're gonna talk about education that you need to get in order to become an entrepreneur and build a business. So if you're interested, please continue watching. Please continue watching this vlog. Let's go. I got my education from St. Petersburg State University and I studied mathematical methods in economics. And we had this subject that was called entrepreneurship. And what they told us during that course is that a true entrepreneur has to have this entrepreneurial skill. But they never explained what that meant, and they said not a lot of people have it. But I've been running a company since 2011, and this is what I realized. So skill number one for any entrepreneur is being able to hire the right people, because they're gonna do the work, they're gonna do the operations, marketing, finance, etc. The second skill is to know how to market your product. When we came to 500 Startups, the accelerator, many people came there with an expectation that they're gonna meet a lot of professionals who are gonna tell them how to sell their product, but this is not true. There is not a single person in the world who would come to your company and tell you, oh, the best marketing channel for you is TV shows or it's Google AdWords. This is not going to happen. You as an entrepreneur know the product and you should be able to market it. So this is the second skill. Is it possible to learn those skills? I think yes. Because again, St. Petersburg State University, mathematical methods and economics. I wouldn't say I'm using any of that knowledge because they taught us mathematics, they taught mathematics, statistics, econometrics. Would I tell that I'm using those skills in my business? Absolutely not. The worst thing, when we started the company, when I went to the authority that helped start the company, when I went to a bank, there was nothing I knew about it. Like, they didn't give us any knowledge about how to start a company. But they taught us, number one, how to understand really complicated information. Because when you have this formula, like huge formula, how do you dig into that formula and use it to solve problems? This is what they taught us. Number two, you have an exam in a day and you have 150 questions. How do you find the answers? This is what they taught us. Find the right sources. And number three is, of course, network. Because Dmitry, who's my co-founder, he was at the same department as me and we studied together and he helped me start the company. So these are three things that I think are really important in entrepreneurship. So these are three things that I think are really important in education. And you may ask, Marina, your company deals with study abroad and languages. How is that connected to your education? As I mentioned, I'm not using any knowledge that I got in my university. I'm using the skills that I've learned, like finding information, and I'm using my network. But when I was 15 years old and my parents asked me what I want to study, I'm like, oh, I want to study languages. I want to do English literature and American culture in the university. And my dream is to study abroad and to live abroad. And my mom was like, okay, imagine you get that education, you come to America, and what do you have? You have awesome English and you know how American culture works. Is that your advantage? Like, who's gonna hire you for that skill? And I sat down and thought that nobody would hire me for that skill because in America this is not an advantage, this is something you have to have. So we sat down together and because my dad was really good in mathematics, etc., he told me, Marina, let's send you to the math stuff and you're gonna maths is like fitness for your brain. You're gonna take this fitness class for 5 years and your brain is gonna be advanced and then you can do anything in your life. And this is basically what worked. In terms of education that you can get in order to become a better entrepreneur, yes, there are some sources and I want to share them with you. But first, let's go to Santa Monica because this is like the most inspiring place in the whole America, and there I would tell you about those educational sources. Let's do it. Alright, let me name a couple of resources that you can start using right now or plan to start using in a couple of years that I think would help you create, grow, and enhance your entrepreneurial skills. Resource number 1, never underestimate the power of free resources. There are a lot of YouTube channels that you can watch. One of my favorites right now is Gary Vaynerchuk's channel, and it's not really about the information that he gives, it's about motivation. Like every day he tells you to wake up, stand up, and start working. And you can find other bloggers who inspire you and watch them every day to do something. There are a lot of free webinars that Codecademy, Codecademy, and a lot of other like online institutions do. I've recently attended a social media webinar, which was what was the name for it? Which was Codecademy together with Airbnb. That was awesome. Like you can just Google those webinars and attend them. Or if you live in America, for example, you can go on meetup.com and attend different meetups where entrepreneurs and marketers come together and discuss what they can do. Resource number 3, if you're from a non-English speaking country and you're like, oh, maybe I need English and I need to get some skills to become an entrepreneur, my advice is always to come to America, for example, or that could be like UK, Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco. Stay in those places where all of the entrepreneurs are. Network with them. In the morning, you have your English classes because your English is not good enough yet. In the evening, you network. One skill that is really crucial for any entrepreneur is problem solving. I don't think there is a course that can just teach you how to solve problems, but what I discovered and what my dad always told me, Marina, if you're good at maths, you're going to be good at anything because your brain works in a way that it solves problems, it looks for unconventional ways, and there's this platform that you can start using right now to take exercises in maths called brilliant.org, and it teaches you to solve problems based on science. And when I was preparing for my GMAT, for example, when I was doing my quantitative part, I went from calculating everything using my calculator to calculating in my head, and I started thinking faster. I started solving problems faster. So maybe you don't need to prepare for GMAT, and I assume you don't. Go ahead, check out brilliant.org and try to solve some problems. Like, make it your habit. Instead of watching a relaxing TV show every day, spend 15 to 20 minutes just making fitness for your brain. This would pay you off. The link will be below. And I think this is, again, crucial for any entrepreneur or if you want to start a business in the future. Resource number 4, a lot of top universities have very short courses that anyone can attend. My husband attended a short course in Stanford, and that's Stanford Continuing Studies. So he paid $300, and I think they had like 8 classes with a top tutor from Stanford who did IPOs, who raised billions of dollars for his company, and he taught people how to grow internationally. And this is what we're doing at LinguaTrip right now. And he just paid $300, and he was among the best people. That was like a cool experience. So again, you can do like a language course in the morning and then Stanford in the evening. The next resource, there are also longer courses in top universities. So instead of like taking master's or MBA, you can take a long course at UCLA, for example. And UCLA Extension does a lot of cool stuff like digital marketing, just marketing, coding, whatever you need for your business. I feel that in my case, I need marketing all the time. So I've done my filmmaking course because I think YouTube is a huge platform to grow my business. So I want to be like super professional in that. And social media is huge. So I would digital marketing if I were you. And the last resource would be top programs like Masters and MBA, but they require a lot of preparation. You need to take your GMAT, you need to take TOEFL if you're international, and you need to dedicate at least a year, full-time year for this program. But you immerse yourself in this whole community of entrepreneurs, you connect with top tutors, and this is like, some people say that was the best experience in their lives, and you graduate with an idea for your business. So key takeaways from this video. First, you need a fast working brain that you can get through enhancing your math skills. Second, you need your network because you need people who are going to work for you, you need people who are going to invest in your business, and you need your customers. And number 3, you need to learn how to market your product because I think every entrepreneur is responsible for selling what he does. So let me know, guys, who is your favorite business blogger at the moment? Write that down in comments below. If you enjoyed this content, I'm waiting for your likes. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, the red button is below.
It's a big red button!
All of my friends are already in the ocean. They haven't waited for me. So I'm wrapping up this video and I'm going straight into the Pacific Ocean, and I will see you in the next vlogs. Bye!